Wagwan lads and let's welcome back to the King's Catalogue, where today we're going to talk about Captain Laserhawk, a Blood Dragon remix. I think that's the name. It's a very weird title, okay? I'm going to get out straight out about it. It's a very goofy title. I don't think it really fits the show very well, but, you know, whatever. This show was only released like a couple months ago. I didn't have time to watch it immediately, as I actually didn't even know it existed. Like, there was barely any promotion for it, and it was just like shoved out on Netflix's new stuff coming out. Here's new. They didn't really say anything about it, but despite that, I've seen it and it's pretty good. The animation in the entire show, I would say, is very well done. There are points where I thought it dipped in quality, and also there are points where the creative elements of it weren't the greatest appearance wise. There's a couple of episodes where it becomes like old school mocap live action stuff, which I thought wasn't bad. It's very creative. You don't see it very often in animation, but it wasn't the best looking. It just looks like it wasn't done properly. I feel like if they had a bit more time or something, they could have mastered it, but it wasn't the greatest. But a lot of the animation is pretty good. I'm not going to give that as a fault, because the animation is 90% of the time it's fine. It's smooth, it's, as I said before, creative. They go into a lot of really weird things that you wouldn't think. And I just think the style itself as well is pretty good. It's not a very lazy style, which I can credit. And going along with the style, the characters in this show are muy dente. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I just said muy dente, I don't even know what that means. I just said random Spanish things meaning good, I hope. Let me just do it better. Muy bueno, muy bueno. Obviously the main character, Captain Laserhawk, is very interesting. A deep, complex character with an interesting backstory. And of course, the main enemy of the show is his ex-boyfriend, Axel, Alex? I can't remember. I watched this a few days ago, okay? I've watched quite a few things since then. Pretty sure it's Alex. Alex isn't even really a bad guy. They go through the whole thing. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but it's like a very complex show. There's lots of twists, there's loads of surprise elements, which I really enjoy in shows. And really, most people are probably watching this show for all of its cameo characters. They basically just get every Ubisoft character they have and shove it in this show. Like, if you don't know, this show is made by Ubisoft and their production team, like their animation team. So it's got Rayman, it's got the Rabbids, it's got Assassin's Creed characters, it's got Watch Dogs, Splinter Cell, all these very large properties are just shoved in this, and there's more as well. There's loads more properties that they've shoved in, and there's also stuff that Ubisoft doesn't even own, like celebrities. There's like wrestlers that are like real wrestlers. They're in the show as well. They just get as much as they can and shove it in this, which, to credit, is pretty good. Like, normally when it's just a bunch of cameo characters, the show's pretty bad because they just rely on getting all the licenses for the characters, and the show doesn't really have much depth and interest. But I would say this is different. This does have a lot of depth into it. The story is really well written, and it's very, very deep and complex, so full credit. As seen before, the story was really good as well. The story in this show is brilliant. I'm not going to go through the story. I'll give you the rundown where it's Captain Laserhawk, bad guy, seen by the world as a criminal. He's not really a bad guy, he just wants to do what's best for the world. And his ex-boyfriend Alex is pretty wild, I'd say, and he wants to watch the world burn. And build something better from top of it, okay? That's the basic idea. And he tries to stop his ex-boyfriend. That's it. And there are plenty of plot twists along the way. That's my final proper, good thing. The plot twists are like, oh, what? That happened? What the That's actually a twist? Jesus. There's so many twists that you just don't expect to happen. It's mad. You don't actually expect half of these twists. And I don't want to say, I'm someone who can sniff out, I can sniff it out when the twists are going to happen. Because I feel like normally I can, predict. I'm not trying to sound cocky, but I can always oh, that's obviously going to happen. But this one, no, I did not have a single clue. They would write the characters to be one way and then suddenly switch it. There was no hinting towards it. There was no, oh, I might be bad, might be good. No way. Just immediately gone, they're evil. Or gone, they're good, they're trying to do a good thing. It's a complete 180. And now to go on for my faults of the show, I thought it was very, very short. There were only 6 episodes, and each episode was only 20 minutes long, so you're not really getting much content. That's including outros and, intros and all the recap stuff. It's just not a lot of content. I would have preferred it if it'd be 12 episodes. I know that's kind of a hard thing to fault, as it is the animation team's choice to make it that length. Or this company or this, it could be just scheduled for this. It could be hired just to do 6 episodes. I'm not sure, but it felt like it wasn't enough. If they had a few more episodes, it would have been a lot better. They needed more content. And I'm not sure if there is going to be a season 2, but it definitely needs a season 2. It ends with more questions than it answers, okay? It's just full of questions that need that need some sort of resolution. I'm not going to say the ending, of course, no spoiler review, but it doesn't end in a way where you go, oh, that's ended. No, it ends with more questions than you have during the entire show. So it needs some sort of season 2 or maybe a movie or just something to finish it all off. As I was saying before, I'm not even sure if there's going to be a season 2. It definitely needs one, but it just depends how it goes down. It could be cancelled. It could just be a 1 season thing that people are reading into too much. So if the title changes to just season 1, you know why, because like, I'm not even sure if there is going to be a season 2. And just personal opinions, I really enjoyed the show. I'm a big fan of gaming culture. I'm a bit of a gamer, if you can't tell by my disgusting room, my disgusting Yoshi figure, and my Funko Pops. I'm a loser. I'm a gamer, okay? And I enjoy all these little cameos, all these references, and all this respect for gaming culture. Like, this show does do gaming justice. It does it well. It does everything with good depth. So, with all that said, on the King's Catalogue, I'm going to give this show an 8. I just found it good, interesting. The only faults I'd really give it is it wasn't very long enough. The animation wasn't the greatest. Well, I say the animation wasn't greatest. It wasn't the greatest at points. There were parts where it didn't do well. But that's really all my complaints, though. But it was mostly good. The story was good. The characters were good. The cameo characters were incredible. The whole thing was just interesting to watch. And yeah, so that's it from me. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I'll catch you in another video.